Yo, what's happening with what's happening?
Welcome to What's Happening. I'm Brad.
I'm Fred.
It's the show we talk about what's happening. What's happening with you, bro?
Man, just blessed and highly favored, bro. You know.
Always good to hear that.
Everybody ain't wake up this morning, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Being where I'm at. Yeah, just don't take that for granted. Um, you know, I'm pretty sure everybody heard about the tornado that touched down in Kentucky and hit Mayfield, the biggest. Um, just condolences go out to those in Mayfield, and the surrounding 5 states that was touched and, had a loss. But just hearing it, feeling a little bit of, some of the extra, I guess, that, helped picked up and built to it. But, we had some severe thunderstorms, people woke up with branches and whatnot in their yard. Winds was real high last night. You could hear it. So, we was kind of blessed not to see the actual tornado come through our side. So, but other than that, I'm good. How about you, bro?
Well, I'm good, bro. I'm definitely glad to hear that, man. We family. So, something happened to you. Something happened to you and yours. If it happened to you and yours, I mean, it happened to me. So,
Indeed.
Yeah, I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, man. It was, the wind was crazy out here, man. But my fat ass slept right through it, bro.
Same here. That's the sad part. I ain't gonna even flex. I was like,
man. So listen, right? So Friday is my trash day, right? So Friday when I came home from work, I put the cans back where they belong because the cans was out there for them to pick it up. I put the cans back where they belong, and like I got 3 cans. I'm just trying to paint a picture here. I got 3 cans. 1 can been here since I've lived in this house, and the other 2 we bought last year. And each can looks different, and I have them in separate spots for separate reasons, right? I'm saying all that to say is that like I know for sure where I put them cans at on Friday when I got home from work. And not only did the wind blow them and knock them down, they were empty. You know what I'm saying? The trash got to take it was picked up on Friday. But not only that, bro, the way that them cans was positioned when I got up to go to the gym this morning, one of the cans for sure hopped over the other one. I go outside the house and I'm just like, oh.
Probably swirled them around.
Man, had to be, bro. And then like we got a van here. And so like to me, my thought is, how did this get over here without hitting the van? Like it was crazy, bro. So, I know I went on a rant about this last week when it came to the shooting at Oxford, but thoughts and prayers nonetheless to those that are affected. I know I went on a rant about thoughts and prayers, but that is still the start that I believe in. We sending out good thoughts. We're thinking about those people. We're sending out prayers, and we just hope that people are able to recover. Man, there was a crazy thing happened in Illinois at a facility, an Amazon facility came down.
Yeah. Yep.
And Amazon been through it this week because not only do you have that, and I think they said 6 people died or 8 people died at least from that, something around there. I mean,
yeah, somewhere.
Not only that, but Amazon was down bad on Tuesday on a technical issue. I guess all their servers went down, or the cloud service went down, and they have Amazon. Wow. They have Amazon Web Services, and Amazon, it's like the cloud service on a lot of websites and
I was gonna say,
functionality.
yeah, they back up a lot of big companies and they web-based,
Yes.
you know what I'm saying, services, whether it's just from holding data or running websites or,
Yeah.
even being a payment solution on the back office side. Yeah, so
Yeah, man. So
scheduling.
yeah, Amazon was down bad on Tuesday, and then to hear this happen as well, it's just insane, bro. So I mean, it's been a crazy time with this weather. But man, you asked me how I was doing before I went through all that. I'm I'm same as you, bro. I'm blessed. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I'm I got all my Christmas shopping done. So that's fun. You know me, I'm a December 23rd kind of brother usually. And these kids are taken care of, and we're not doing no trap. We don't have no plans to do any traveling for Christmas this year, so I'm gonna get to watch the basketball games on Christmas, which is just gonna be nice and lovely. Speaking of basketball games, I'm pulling a U. Yeah, I made fun of you for having a Michigan game going last week when we were recording. Well, this week I got my projector going right over here, and I got the Philadelphia 76ers versus the Golden State Warriors.
Yeah, trying to see if Steph prove everybody wrong and drop them 10 tonight on little bro, huh?
Well, he got 2 so far. He need 8 more, but he having a terrible shooting night. So, and it's 6.5 minutes left in the fourth, so it ain't gonna happen.
Okay.
I mean, unless bro would just have to snap and turn the sliders all the way up. So it ain't gonna happen tonight.
He said turn the sliders all the way up.
Yeah, man. But everything is good, man. Healthy, blessed, happy, all that. So yeah, I mean, we go for this week, we're gonna do a little bit of a format change, and kind of the format of what we talked about when Fred and I began to talk about, starting this show. And we're gonna talk about a couple different things, right? We kind of touched into it with the climate change. We're gonna kind of share our thoughts on that a little bit. But we got a couple other things that we want to talk about as well. First thing I want to bring up is on our first episode of What's Happening. It was called What's Happening in Phoenix. We talked about the situation with the Phoenix Suns, with the owner Robert Sarver, accused of just a bunch of wildness. And yesterday, an ESPN article dropped following up from that, from the same writer from that story, Baxter Holmes. One thing Fred and I talked about in that last article, in that first podcast, we talked about how, it was a source said this, a source said that, right? There wasn't a whole lot of specific names that was given out in that episode. Or in that original article about who said what. The story that dropped yesterday. Yesterday is Friday, December 10th. We record on Saturday nights. Story dropped that former Phoenix Suns employees who had signed non-disclosure agreements have begun scheduling and participating in interviews with lawyers leading the NBA's investigation into the team. So what's happened is a lot of these people have been freed from their NDAs to begin to talk on the record, and we might get some more. We might get some seasoning on this meat that's been going on, right? You know what I'm saying? If it's rubbery, you might not be able to tell if it's a pork chop or a steak, or whatever. Now, as time is moving ahead, we might get some very specific details, sometime in early to mid 2022 of what's going on or what's been going on down there in Phoenix, man. So I don't know what you thinking about that.
Hey, I mean, truthfully, it's just gonna be good to see that unfold, get some more detail. But it can go one or two ways, and this is what I hate about when it comes to this point is because either you're going to have these stories where it seems like they're too much in a line with one another that it can almost be, you know what I'm saying, fictional. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's what scares me because, you know what I'm saying, you want the truth to come out. You know what I'm saying? You want it to be authentic. You don't want, you know what I'm saying, where people's like, hey, look, if we come together and we all say something along these lines, we might be able to, you know, get paid, you know, pretty handsomely out of this ordeal. So, you know, or it could come out and it's just what they say it is, and then that becomes, you know what I'm saying, an issue because it's like I said, mom said you can't pay 5 people to tell the same lie.
I was thinking about that.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, you know, it just really depends on which way this thing kind of unfolds because you could kind of tell a story that's been, you know, practiced versus, you know what I'm saying, having authentic interactions or emails or transactions that happen that people can recall that really shows the character or who the person really is on different occasions. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I know what you're saying from that part, but he has 70 people that Baxter Holmes, the ESPN reporter, he has 70 people that he talked to. If you can't pay 5 people to pay to say the same lie, I don't see how you can get 72. So,
but if I'm not mistaken, in that article that we were looking at, didn't it didn't only speak of like 3 or 4 people? Or am I tripping?
You talking about the original article?
No, the one that just out of the people who was being released from their NDA.
No, so these people are being released to be able to cooperate with the NBA, or with the NBA's firm that they're working with, which is Wachtel Lifton. I may not be saying that correctly, but to my understanding is a good portion of them, if not all of them, are being free to be able to talk to at least the lawyers.
And if I'm not mistaken, these are current employees.
No, I think it's the former employees that signed non-disclosure agreements. We're going to pay you off, and then you can just, you know, you can bounce. And now they're saying, okay, you can talk to these people, because we've seen stuff like this before. Like, what was that one chick with Donald Trump, the porn star, that she had that NDA, but then she broke the NDA, so Trump sued her. I might be messing that up too. Anyway, these people are being allowed to talk to the lawyers that are working with the NBA to investigate, and so more to come on that situation as time progresses.
Yeah, but that's nonetheless, it's gonna be crazy to see how that unfolds.
For sure. For sure. It's we're gonna be in for it. Buckle up. Buckle up.
It's gonna be a bumpy ride.
Man. All right. So man, about 3 years ago, there was a story of a man that was attacked outside in Chicago. And it was just a crazy story, and the world kind of came behind this man, and you know, really, you know, he's a gay man, and you know, it seemed that there was an anti-black, anti-gay attack, if I remember the original story correctly. And if you listen to this, you probably know who I'm talking about. Good old Jussie Smollett. He was found guilty. He was found guilty this past week, of faking a hate crime and filing a fake hate crime report. What you thinking about that one, bro?
Well, as Dave Chappelle called Mr. Smouye.
Hold on, that's how it's pronounced, Smouye?
No, I think that was just Dave Chappelle's joke.
I'm about to say, bro, like, ain't no way. If you gonna have two T's and both of them silent, I'm about to punch you in the face. Ain't no way. Continue.
No,
my bad.
But I only said that because of his, second stand up where he was basically making his point, where you can't come for them and they, get away with stuff. I think it shows where he's, not going to get away with, committing a hate crime against himself. But here's my thing to it. He's wrong. He should be getting some time. You know what I'm saying? That's wild to play on people's emotions like that. You know what I'm saying? And make it a public thing at that. And then you're playing with, nooses and things that, have a meaning, what I'm saying, that, carries hatred in history itself. You know what I'm saying? So like you really pressed it to the limits in any nature that you can think of in this manner for doing this outlandish stunt. But and I know you're gonna back me off for this because it could possibly be, some more greatness in the making.
Oh, hell.
But what eagers me to really grind my gears in this situation is, it's a hate crime, and I might be stretching it, but women get mad and they say things, that people didn't necessarily do, but they don't get no time. And like I said, it might be a stretch, but
you ain't about to get me in trouble, dog. You ain't about to get me in trouble, dog. You ain't gonna get me in trouble with that one, bro. I ain't really.
But okay, I quit.
No, I'm trying to make it. I ain't trying to get canceled yet.
But
I know what you're saying, though. I know what you're saying.
But no, I was being funny, but all good jokes contain truth shit. That's what Cole said.
Yeah, because like to your point, you know what I'm saying? The sneaky little story came out about 5 years ago. The lady that was harassed or touched or whatever by Emmett Till, she came out and said, "Oh, that really didn't happen like that," and Emmett Till died a heinous death for nothing. So, like, to your point, I guess what you're trying to say is we see situations like this for what it's the. I get what you're saying, bro. That's a dangerous.
It's a slope. I told you. And as you see, it took a minute to.
That's a Colorado slope right there, bro. That's a Colorado slope right there. Nah, I know like where you get. I know where you're getting at in a macro sense, but nah, bro. Or is that a micro sense that I meant? If y'all listening to y'all smart, y'all know what I'm trying to say. If you're not smart, you still got the idea of what I'm trying to say.
Just bypass that.
Here's my thing with going back to Jussie. I don't understand why. Like, if you did it to try to send a message about, because we deep into the Trump presidency at this point, and at that point in 2019, bro, for 2019 and 2020. You couldn't have told me that anybody was going to win that 2020 presidential election but Donald Trump until Biden actually won. I never would have believed it, right? So if that was kind of like, if you were trying to like create bad press to kind of say like, this is Trump's America, we need to wake up. Bro, there was bad Trump press every day between like Ukraine, between him saying that like there's good people on both sides when they had that that white nationalist riot in Charlottesville, Virginia. Like, to me, like, I don't see what purpose that served, because there was
I
already
don't think
enough.
it had anything to do with Trump. I think that
Right.
was just another line to throw in,
Right.
publicity wise.
So if it was like, are you going to? This was an opportunity for you to advance your career, bro.
Attention more so.
You
But
already
yeah,
on.
you were winning.
You already on Empire. You already got a show, right? And like,
Sitcom money, basically.
it wasn't a sitcom, but it is.
I mean, it wasn't. I'm just saying, like,
I
but
think it's gonna be one of the shows that's just gonna be like in residual form. They're gonna play it on Bounce TV, whatever the new version of UPN is in 20 or 30 years. I know what you're saying, right? So like, I get you from that perspective, right? So like, you got money. You already in Hollywood. I mean, I guess you're not in Hollywood if you live in Chicago, but you already, like, you in there.
It don't matter where you live.
I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying.
Go and get money.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Like you Hollywood, some of them folks still live in Chicago. I mean, R. Kelly had a place there,
I don't. What is you on tonight, bro? What is you trying to do?
I mean, you said it. You said Chicago. All I was doing was saying that people in Hollywood could still live in Chicago. That was the only statement I made. You know what I mean? Sorry, the reference of people that
you out here
to make the point.
Got dynamite and you trying to blow this moment. All right. I'm picking up what you're putting down, bro. I'm picking up what you're putting down. But like, I just don't understand like why he would do this. And like, to me, the thing is that like, not only did you not help yourself doing this, you hurt so many others, because how much energy is the term I want to use. How much emotion was like, how many people, when we first heard the story that he got attacked, how many of us thought to ourselves, damn, again? How many of us thought that, right? How many people like cried? How many people were ready to go out and protest and fight and argue and do whatever to make some noise that like this wasn't wrong, or that this was like this shouldn't happen, only to find out that it didn't actually happen? Like, you're not helping us. You're not helping the people that actually. He is gay, so I don't want to say he doesn't have to fear, but like, when you do stuff like this, you make it harder for the next person. It's kind of like the same thing what we talked about with the vaccines a couple weeks ago, where I said, like, I talked about that town hall with Biden, and Biden said, if you get the vaccine, you won't get sick. And that's not true. But when you say, like, you won't get sick and then people get sick, it sows doubt into it. Him faking an attack means that the next person that gets attacked, we're going to be like, really? And not that we're going to be like, but what I'm saying is that
it doesn't have as much credibility.
You're taking away somebody else's credibility. That's the way to say it. And so, honestly, go do your time, Jussie.
I mean, yeah, and that's what I said. It's straight up, he deserved whatever, he gonna get behind it. Because that was just wild, Yeah. Never, for one, the time it took you to think of something like this, and like you said, for what reason, it served no purpose, it didn't help in any manner, so what was the real get back? You know what I mean? Like, what there was no point in that. That was just the dumbest thing you could ever do. You just basically flushed your career for attention.
Yeah.
For the wrong attention. And you already had attention. You know what I'm saying? Right. A lot of it. You know what I'm saying? You had attention that folks is out here, you know what I'm saying, living on people's couches, talking about they're trying to shoot for their dream, you know what I'm saying, putting all their money into traveling here, traveling there, trying to make it on somebody's set. And you there.
Yeah.
you got it.
And that story was
hey, cherish what you got, folks. That's one of the biggest things, as it shows, even people that got stature, got some type of notoriety or popularity, still don't matter. It's not enough all the time. So just cheers what you got.
Yeah. And like that story was getting just crazier, bro. Like I couldn't even like follow it for real. I remember seeing the one little note that he testified that him and one of his attackers, wasn't his attacker, but, and I'm using quotation marks for those that are listening, his attackers, that they masturbated together before. This, dog.
Yeah, that's news to me,
dog. So like that was like part of his testimony, that him trying to say it wasn't fake was that he. And I didn't like. I saw this headline.
So
and I was
basically,
like,
he had blackmail on dude or something.
Let me say this.
That's why this is.
I saw this headline. I was like, I don't need to dive into this mess because I know myself. When I start seeing that kind of stuff, I'm gonna just dive deeper. Like, okay, how did we get to this point? And I would try to connect A to B. And I'm just like, you know what? We're gonna talk about Jussie for a minute. And I'm not about to do this. I'm not about to have a whole Jussie podcast because he don't deserve that kind of energy. He just don't. He get ready to go to jail. He's gonna get sentenced soon. He can get up to 3 years. He was charged with 6 counts of different things.
Do like 6 months and be on a 5-year probation.
Well, so here's the thing and I was like watching the news live after the verdict, and they were saying that maybe like he wouldn't get the full 3 years, but by the jury's verdict and testimony that was shared, it's pretty clear that Jussie lied under oath. And so the judge has to take that into consideration as well.
What, perjury?
Yeah. Is that what I want to say? Yeah. I mean, he technically, he lied under oath because things that, there was like.
People lie under oath and they don't jack about it.
Well, so it was, he said something in a police report and then he contradicted that statement in the courtroom. So I don't know. It was like I said, I didn't follow it in great detail. I knew it was happening, and like, I mean, deep in my heart, I was just hoping that it wasn't fake, and I kind of forgot about it because it happened so long ago, man.
Yeah, when you sent me that, I definitely had to go look like, what's going on now? I ain't hear nothing.
Because it happened.
Like, he was sentenced today, and I was like, oh.
And then the other thing I thought about too is that like right around that same time when it happened is when it supposedly happened, it didn't happen, was right when we had that polar vortex, and it was cold as hell in Michigan and Chicago and all of that, bro. Like it was so cold that like my car couldn't start. Like it was.
I know what you're talking about.
It was
cold
crazy.
Here.
So like the idea of him walking out to Subway at 2 a.m. in that kind of weather, in regular Chicago cold, you ain't trying to do that, bro. Chicago cold is a beast, bro.
I already know.
Shout out to Chicago. That's a city I love. I got family there on both sides, but I for real ain't trying to be there in the winter if I ain't gotta be. You know what I'm saying? Man, that's a different thing. So in regular cold, you ain't trying to be walking to Subway at 2 a.m. In polar vortex cold, ain't no way. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. So yeah, man, I mean, more to come on that down the road. He'll get sentenced and bro going to jail because he ain't got money like that, at least to the best of my knowledge. I mean, he got money, but he ain't got like no I can buy my way out of this money type deal. He going to jail. But then the other part, man, I forgot I want to mention this too, is that bro low-key shady, because that'd be like me paying you and Marsh to say, hey, let's do this, right? And then, when it comes time to pay up for it, not being a man and saying, hey, this was on me, this is my mistake. No, hey, no, them, not me. No, I didn't set this up. They set me up. Yeah, that's right. bro.
Right.
Foul, bro. So,
Well, I'm sure they was in on it. Like he probably offered them a little bit of money because
that was the whole thing. He offered them money to do it, and they were just like, "Yo, this don't seem right." He's like, "Yo, yeah, it's gonna be cool. It's gonna be cool." But then when it came time to actually like file a police report and talk to the police, they were like, "Yeah, we did it, and we know it was wrong, but he paid us to do it. We just did what we was paid to do." So like,
But here's my thing is, if you was gonna do it, why would you do it where your attackers get caught?
he ratted them out. Oh, they did it on camera. They did it.
I know they did it on camera, but that's my whole thing.
He was caught talking to them on camera in the same spot where the attack happened 2 days prior.
And that's usually how it goes. Like,
just,
what you think? They not finna look back to see the last time you was there?
Not only is he shady, he dumb.
You probably a regular customer there, like, and that's usually what happens. People go places they comfortable to do dumb mess.
What we need Antoine Dawson. You are really dumb. For real. But yeah, man, that's crazy. So dude's going to jail. He going. Excuse me, he going to jail.
That sentence is gonna be like, yeah, we're gonna give him 3 years probation, 6 months ankle monitor at home in his fabulous house.
Man, you know what though? Honestly, and this okay, now I'm gonna be the one that's gonna be spicy. I believe you if he wasn't black. As a black man that did a crime, he going to jail.
He still has the alphabet.
Say that again.
I said he still has the alphabet.
What's the alphabet? I'm lost here. Take my black card.
LGBT.
Oh. Nah, that ain't gonna help him. That ain't gonna help him. You black, bruh. All right. We gonna see. I think he going to jail for 3 years. I think he spent 365 times 3. Woo! I recovered on that one quickly.
I doubt he do a full 3. If he do a full 3 years, nah, I can't see it. I can't see it. You gotta understand. The only person in this situation was hurt was him. Now, if it was a black man doing a crime and somebody else got hurt, then yeah, he probably gonna definitely do some jail time.
Chicago taxpayers got hurt with the wasted resources.
Shit, they mayor do that. I mean, it ain't just the mayor, the governor.
The dynamite that's been loaded into this episode. Fred came in here like a match, just ready to go. All right.
I'm just saying though, like, you know, I guess being a military brat and going to school around a military base, you have a lot of, you know, retired military teachers. And the number one thing they say is spend it. Spend it. If they're allocated X amount of dollars, they need to spend it.
That ain't just the government, brother. That's just how fiscal dollars work. I'm in that situation right now at work, real life. So story time with your boy. Last on December 3rd, every Thursday with my full-time job, we have a conference call, and I was hopping on the call a couple minutes late. I was on the call, but I was like wrapping up a visit at the same time, so I had it in my ear, but I wasn't really listening. By the time I'm back to pay attention, I hear my boss say, I need you to spend X amount of dollars. I ain't gonna put the business out there, but we have a budget that we have every month for, you know, relationship building, whatever, right? Whatever we need to whatever we need to do business. in the locations that we support. And I heard this number. She's like, I need you to do this over these next 2 months. And I'm like, huh? And it's 4 times the amount. Now, what's funny is that sometimes I'm usually good about my spending, but there's been a couple times where I spent under, like I didn't spend enough. One time I accidentally spent too much. I didn't understand how the calendar flowed. That's a whole different. All right, now I got to tell that story because I'm gonna just sound stupid. The company I work for operates on a fiscal month, so it's not necessarily the 1st to the 30th or the 1st to the 31st. A fiscal month might be the 5th through the 3rd of the next month, just depending on the way the calendar works. All right, so I didn't understand that, and I accidentally spent too much the first time. I'm good about that now, and I never go over. It's been a couple times I go under, and so I hop in the call, and she's like, "Hey, y'all got to spend this money." And not like you can't be hitting me up, be like, oh, I didn't spend enough. Spend this money. So that's not just a government thing. That's just a fiscal business thing in general. You get money, you got to spend it. You use it or you lose it. That's the way those rules go. That's
exactly how it goes. So that's why I say, like, the government do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're used to money being wasted. That's not the issue. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, but that's not the issue. You know what I'm saying? If taxpayers' money was so much cared about, trust me, you wouldn't have issues that you have. Like, for instance, I know a small town that I was looking at their past due delinquency on property taxes. And do you know this town was owed $11 million in property taxes on people who were back due? So not only was they owed 11 million, okay, that is not the end of the world, but some of these people's property taxes have exceeded the value of the house, and these houses are still standing. How do you let somebody sit long enough and not pay those taxes? Do you know what your city could have with $11 million?
It's true.
You know what I mean? That's what I'm getting at. I mean, like, I'm not even really for taxes. I think it's robbery, but you know what I'm saying? That's another story. but you know what I'm saying? Like,
I need some bomb like sound effects for this episode. Just
but you know what I mean? Like, that's the reality to it, though. You know what I'm saying? It is like, if you had $11 million, if you just took that money right there and put it back into your neighborhoods, you take your weakest neighborhoods, $11 million, and you probably clean up probably a whole division. You know what I'm saying? Like, of a city. Just, I'm saying, with houses, like curbs and street repairs or so, like, you could probably clean up a nice chunk. And then again, maybe not, but it'd be worth a shot.
Well, I mean, listen, we could talk about how that's a whole other episode. We get into the tax dollars. That's a whole episode on its own. All right, since you want to drop a tax bomb, I'm gonna drop a tax bomb. I put this on my Facebook like a year ago, just to ruffle some feathers. It's true. The difference between prostitution and pornography is the government's ability to tax it. Don't spit your water out when you hear me say that.
It's true, though. Hey,
all right,
that is real talk. I mean, it's the same. It was the same with, you know what I'm saying, marijuana. It was the same with alcohol before alcohol was legal. Everything was about what they were going to make on it.
Mm-hmm. So I don't know how we got to taxes.
Hell.
From Jussie Smollett, but taxes is going to be a good segue into our final topic, which was the main topic, climate change. So Man, we talked about the little tornado a little bit. Now, there's not necessarily a lot known if tornadoes are connected to climate change at all. But no matter what, man, we're seeing warmer years, we're seeing way hotter summers. And I don't, to the best of my knowledge, outside of me and you talking before we started recording, I don't think me and you have ever had a conversation about climate change at all. So I really don't know where you stand on it or nothing.
I mean, truthfully, I'm not an expert in climate change. You know what I'm saying?
Well, for the record, ain't none of us an expert in nothing, and we tell y'all that every week. Y'all supposed to listen to us because y'all enjoy two brothers having a real conversation, and y'all enjoy us just being a fool. If you trying to get educated, you not in the right spot. Listen, you're not in the right spot. Now, okay, I'm not gonna go on that rant. You're not in the right spot if you're trying to get educated. Go ahead and continue, bro.
But yeah, I mean, truthfully, with me, you know what I'm saying, the climate change, I think it's just an effect of a lot of different things. And, truthfully, I don't know if, like most things in America or the world, if we really have a grasp or a handle on it like we think we do. You know what I'm saying? Even though we have all this technology and what have you, but the biggest thing with climate change that scares me is that we live pretty much off the climate, you know what I'm saying? Like off the air we breathe, you know what I'm saying? And depending on how it changed may affect on how we live. And that's, you know what I'm saying, my biggest thing on it is why it's a very important topic and why I think it should be maybe taken a little more serious than it is taken, and why aren't they being more retroactive, you know what I'm saying, on trying to solve some of the issues that is in climate change,
So one of the podcasts I listened to, 538 Politics Podcast, free shout out. So if y'all hear this, and y'all want to help us out for sponsoring, for me shouting y'all out, I will happily take $600,000 from you, 538.com.
They gonna say you's a fool.
I mean, listen.
Where's the shot?
We got 1 million subscribers. You know what I'm saying? They listen to us every week between Apple, Spotify, Google Podcasts, YouTube. They watch the Facebook clips, the TikTok clips, the Twitter clips. You know what I'm saying? So 538 bless us, because today's price is not tomorrow's price.
Hey, we'll rewind that when that becomes true.
On God, episode 6 of Whus Hattnin. All right, you heard it here first, but I digress. I listened to a podcast they did a couple months back, and basically, the scientists came together and they put together a report, and essentially they said the effects of climate change to global warming, we really can't stop it at this point. And we needed to make drastic changes to slow it down. And them drastic changes don't seem to happen. So, I mean, Biden and them and all them other world leaders got together and they made pledges back in November, I want to say. But it's just a pledge. I'm going to do that. Yeah. Hey, every day I pledge to eat healthier. And then I started thinking about Chick-fil-A. You know what I'm saying? So like, yeah. So man, we in trouble. I mean, we had that crazy heat wave in Portland. I believe it was Portland this summer. A lot of people it was bad. And then like air conditioners are bad for the environment, but it's getting to a point where we're getting to the point where it's too dangerous to be outside in the heat. like it's too dangerous. It's too dangerous to do that. But then like it's too dangerous to be inside without an air conditioner. So you have to get it, which means that you have to get these things to help you survive now. But we're killing the planet long term. And really, it comes down to we need to transfer to renewable energy. And it needs to be like drastic changes that people aren't ready to make.
Well, I mean, do you blame them? You can't trust these folks. That'd be the issue. And pull something like COVID-19. Now you want me
See,
to
here we go. Here we
all
go.
electric
Here
smart
we go.
house and
Here we go. If you watching this on YouTube and you saw my face 10 seconds ago, it's because I'm like, damn, we're gonna disagree on this too.
I mean, nah, I mean, listen, the drastic changes, you're 100% correct. Trusting them to lead us into these drastic changes, you better off, you know what I'm saying, following your kids.
Well, hold on, that don't make sense.
The hell it don't. They smarter with technology than these fools is.
No, time out. Hold on. No. If Biden was the one doing the research, you would have a point. If it's trained scientists that understand this and they're giving this information to all of our world leaders, not just our president, they're giving it to all of the world leaders and saying, y'all need to switch this up now.
Oh, so Dr. Fucci and them of electronic world. Okay, I got you. I'm following you.
That's it, y'all. Who the hell is Fucci? Who the hell is
Fucci, whatever his name is. You knew who I was getting at. Don't even play with me.
Man, you know what? Since you'd have brought up Fauci, story time 2 with your boy. About a month ago, 2 months ago, I'm at work. And customer comes in and I'm helping her out. Just what's going on? She needs this, she needs that, she needs this, she needs that. And she's like, what about this product right here? And I'm like, this product is not in stock. She's like, it doesn't look like you have a whole lot in stock. And I say, well, yeah, it's been like this really since the pandemic. And she goes, can somebody find Fauci and get him in the head for me? He's doing all of this. And I'm like,
that's the first person you've ever heard blame him.
And I'm like, huh?
But I mean, theoretically, she's right.
How is she theoretical? Don't answer that. I don't want to know what you think. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. How is she right theoretically?
I mean, who is everybody taking the guidance from? Who's over the CDC, you know what I'm saying, basically, and all these reports that's going on? Who's help leading us to fight these curves? Like, how do we find out who's the first one to tell us, hey, I think that these holiday seasons we're gonna have a spike? Who's the first one?
Time out. Stop.
I mean, that's the only person I ever see on TV.
You can't tell me that Fauci's advice to the U.S. is impacting manufacturing in other countries. No. You know these products ain't made in America. Come on now. They'll not get made in America but cheeseburgers. Come on.
No, but his need for less contact and, these special situations.
His need?
So, people
We is not doing the vaccine mandate episode all over again. I should not have told the
off
story.
they
We are not doing the
are
vaccine
off
mandate here.
jobs and stuff sitting at ports and can't get it in because we don't have the employees, and the list goes on. But it really starts with all these different things that he's saying. I'm following her, like I'm really following her. If he would have just shut up and said, I think we're gonna be perfectly fine from the gate, we'd be out here still living life.
I'm gonna call this episode "What's Happening" with a whole bunch of nothing, because I don't understand how we got
to
here
anywhere.
from climate change. All right.
We got here because you always want to disagree. And when you disagree, you always try to make these
want you to disagree
remarks of, this and that. My analogy always is perfect. So when I make my analogy, it takes us into a whole nother segue.
My brother, that is subjective.
Hey, I said the Dr. Fossey of electronics.
I just told you the man.
Global, whatever is that. And listen, I'm not foreign. I speak one language. I'm not proud of it, but I speak one language.
Oh, Ebonics.
Now, I was gonna say English, but I guess that's what you want to go.
But you said I'm not proud of it. You threw me off.
No, I mean just because you
actually thought you was gonna say something else.
More. You should know more than one language. Like I don't believe in, for real, Americans 9 times out of 10 only know one language. Most of these other countries, these kids know 3-4 languages. You know what I'm saying? Like they well diverse with the language. So yeah, I only speak one language, bro. So I'm probably not ever gonna get that name right.
Say it with me, foul. You just don't want to say it, nigga.
Nah, because you almost got that that Versace, that VA Sachi.
Oh God.
FA, what is it?
Oh God.
T.
Y'all, it's been fun.
FAU.
Coming to y'all every week for these last 6 weeks.
Uh-oh, breaking news. The look he got on his face.
This actually is breaking news.
Yeah, it's a whole lot of nothing, y'all.
Shout out to a whole lot of nothing. Shout out to my longtime friend Jessica. She just sent me a text. There's been a vulnerability discovered yesterday, and hackers are going at it. A lot of businesses will be making emergency changes. Keep an eye on your accounts. She works in IT for a bank, so she just said keep an eye on your cheese. So I mean, I guess I'm really telling you because ain't nobody else gonna hear this podcast till Wednesday.
You better keep that to yourself. That's how, the Great Depression started, and Black Friday and all of that was JP Morgan going around telling folks that, the banks was basically, I ain't gonna say running out of money, but it was basically something to that extent that made everybody pull their money out and the bank started collapsing. And stuff like that to make people start pulling their cheese out of the bank thinking they about to lose some funds. And
well,
because basically that's how it's worked out. Banks is, don't borrow money. They take your money and they go
what's happening with
the
banking industry? That's gonna be a 2022 episode for sure.
Hey, listen, it's so much in the banking industry and different types of ways to bank, and man, don't get me started.
Man.
Yeah, but I guess you got to have your episode you wanted to have. Just Let's talk about a whole bunch of.
Whole lot of nothing, bro. Hey,
you said this docket gonna be loaded.
listen. So shout out to another longtime friend of mine, Ariel Phillips. She got her master's degree. Proud of you. Love you. Now that you got your master's degree, I need you to help me get a sponsorship from what company did we say earlier? I forgot the name already. That said they're gonna give me 538.com. I need you to work at 538.com to get me that $600,000 sponsorship. But all jokes aside, Ariel, I'm proud of you. Congratulations. Great work. It's been a long time coming. She was in college when I met her 11 years ago. So it's a journey to get through it and get through it all and still live a life and be productive and all of that. So congratulations. Man, that's really all I got, man. This episode was a whole lot of nothing. You know, I really didn't want to, you know, we didn't have some pretty heavy conversations. I feel like the last 2 episodes, I didn't really want to go super heavy again this week. And I'm telling y'all, the next 2 weeks, we got some fire coming up for you. So, and like,
all jokes.
Ooh, I just already know because of like what we gonna do. It's gonna be fire. But man, as always, we appreciate y'all rocking with us. Appreciate the feedback. And I know I went on a little bit of a rant at the end of last week's episode. I'm gonna just do it again. Love is a verb. You know what I'm saying? If you love us, if you like us, you know what I'm saying? Share it out. Tell a friend. Tell a bunch of friends. You know, comment. You know, use that hashtag Whus Hattnin. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter at Whus Hattnin. The way it's spelled on your phone, on your device that you're looking at right now. Follow us on YouTube. We're doing video episodes on YouTube now. And you know what I'm saying, give us some feedback. You know, what do y'all want to hear us talk about? All of that, you know. We got some we got some stuff planned we got the rest of this year planned, and we got not only the rest of this year planned, which is just 2 more episodes, but then we got a good portion of January scheduled as well. And we're going to do some different stuff in 2022. I mean, we're still going to do the same like what we've done in the past, but you know, we're going to bring y'all some fire. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to bring some other people into the conversations as well. And some people with some very unique perspectives. I'm real excited for the first episode of 2022 with the guests that we got coming on. I'm not giving nothing away. You got to check us out. You got to follow us. You got to hit subscribe and get notifications when it hits your phone. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, you know, share out the show. Let us know. Love is a verb. If you love me, if you love the show, you love Fred, let us know. And let us know with the verb of putting us out there, helping us grow this thing. Follow me, Archbishop Slag, all platforms. Follow Fred at Mr. Humble Beginnings, Mr.Humble_Beginnings. I know his hashtag better than his. I know his name better than his. Archbishop Slag has been my name for 10 years. Don't ask me about it. What else you got, bro?
None. Share, like, subscribe.
Yeah. Hey, we love y'all. We'll be back with y'all next week. Appreciate y'all rocking with us. We out.
Peace.